In my humble opinion, da'wah is not primarily done via the tongue, via intellectual arguments, via solid, logical, rational debate. It doesn't done that way. It's not done that way. I was impacted by Didat. Zakir Naik is somebody I consider to be a friend. I was with him many, many times. But the brutal fact of the matter is those tactics did not convert hundreds and thousands of people. That's just the fact. So we need to overcome this issue of da'wah being an intellectual exercise, of da'wah being a rational argument, of knowing how to respond to these debates. No.
That is the humble opinion of the stupid Yasir Qadhi, deliberately misleading his audience. He teaches his audience not to argue with other people, like the Christians, and not to use intellect or logic. His humble opinion is on the contrary with the teaching of Quran and the Hadith of Prophet Muhammad. As a matter of fact, in the Quran, Allah explicitly instructed Prophet Muhammad to argue with people like Christians. Moreover, Allah has instructed us to utilize our logic and intellect. Indeed, Yasir Qadhi does not have adequate knowledge of Quran to teach his audience. How can he say, inviting to Islam is not by tongue, when the majority of Quranic verses begin with the word "qul," meaning say? The word "say" as in instruction.
Before that, please support us through Patreon, or PayPal, or the purchasing of our book on Amazon. Find the link in the description.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
In the Quran, Allah says as follow. Quote, invite them to the way of your God with wisdom and good instructions. Argue with them in the best way. End quote. In this Quranic verse, Allah explicitly instructed Prophet Muhammad to argue with people like the pagans, Jewish, Christians, and so on, in a good way. The Quranic verse is so explicit, there are no further explanation needed. In another Quranic verse, Allah says as follow. Quote, Allah make clear his verses to you, so that you might use reason. End quote. Allah instructed people to utilize their logic, or their intellect, to understand the meaning of Quranic verses. That is the reason why Allah gave human beings intellect. Contrary to other religion, like Christianity, Islam does not contradict logic or intellect. In other religions, such as Christianity, people need to ignore their intellect in order to have faith. They need to destroy their brain in order to have faith. However, that is not the case of Islam. Islam guides and protects human intellect.
Wallahu a'lamu bis-sawab.
Allah knows best about what is right. Please support us by buying our books, or by donation through Patreon and PayPal. The links are provided in the description. Our books can be obtained in electronic medium and as printing books. You can send the books as gifts for your beloved ones. Do not forget also to subscribe, and peace be upon those who follow the guidance.
Wassalamu ala man ittaba'a al-huda.